What's up, guys? Pypo here, bringing you a video today. Doing some Stranding Agents action on my 100 survival hunter. Gonna do some work if I possibly can, and play a survival. This is probably my last survival BG for a little bit. Gonna try some MM after this. I just got my weapon, so I wanted to try out survival with my weapon to see if it made a huge difference. Basically, the reason I have my weapon is because Blizzard actually finally, and I do mean finally, fixed Ashran on my server, and it's not even like a big deal for me. I don't want to, like, Ashran itself is not that fun or enjoyable for me. Like, I see it as another kind of like PvE thing. Like, literally you go in and you fight a boss, and then that boss goes and kills the Alliance base. And on top of that, there's like no Alliance on my server to fight. Like, I don't know if it's because it's like an off-peak time or some shit. But basically right now, it's about 50 Horde following a giant rock monster into the Alliance base, and then when you win, you get a piece of gear and some honor. And it's literally like hand-feeding scrubs gear. Like, that's what Ashran seems like to me. It's completely... But if you want to get gear fast, I mean, you just go stand in Ashran. You don't even have to fight. Just stand in there, and every time your fucking faction wins, you can get a piece of gear and some honor. Kind of ridiculous, to be honest, like, if I have to be completely honest. Blade storms. Like, it just seems ridiculous that I literally got there, did nothing, and as I got there, we won, and I got a piece of gear. I got 500 honor and like 250 conquest for entering Ashran. I got that, and I'm not complaining about having it. I'm complaining about it shouldn't be that easy to get that shit that I just got. Like, it was crazy ridiculous. But yeah. Either way, the PvP vendors were there. Because I couldn't get to Ashran, I didn't spend my honor. Finally spent my honor on a bow, and I'm gonna try and use it to do some work here. I'm not enchanting any of my gear just yet, just because I am waiting basically for prices to go down on my realm and like waiting for more people to hit max and shit like that. I don't want to go spending a shitload of money when it's not necessary at all. Even though I have some gold, even though I have like 40k gold, I don't want to spend too much of it, because there's probably some shit in the future I want to buy that will be sexy as pie. Pie is sexy if you didn't know. But what I did want to talk about is, I don't know if you guys have been playing much of your hunters, but I'm gonna make a guide soon on how to spec. But I want to know what your guys' opinion was on what the best spec is, because I haven't tested it all out yet. And basically, I'm feeling survival's a lot more fun, but I don't think it's the best spec there is for PvP. If it is the best spec for PvP, hunters are feeling a little bit underpowered, especially since I'm full geared now. All I'm missing right now, guys, is a trinket, a ring, and my chest piece. Obviously, the chest piece is a pretty big deal when you're missing like a pretty big stat squish on that fucking chest piece if you're not using it. I mean, I'm killing shit. Shit's dying around me. Like, that's the thing that's happening. At the same time, I'm gonna trinket that bad boy. At the same time, it's not something that's huge amounts of damage. I'm definitely doing more than I was before. That's without question. But it's, yeah, again, it's not what it used to be. It's not 90 PvP levels of like MM hunter damage. I don't know if that's just what they were going for. I don't know if they're trying to make people hit for less and make fights last longer. I'm not too sure, but basically, at the moment, I'm trying to figure out if it's BM, survival, or MM. And as of right now, I'm liking survival the most. It's not the best, or the most powered just yet. Trying to put a bomb down, absolutely not working. Gonna barrage it up. Barrage it up! I like barrages for multi-fights. I just like seeing my fucking bullets go everywhere. Doesn't even do much damage. I didn't know barrage is like next level shit. I just use it for leveling and I'm starting to like it. That's legitimately the reason I'm using my barrage, is because I just leveled with it and was like, yeah. It's kind of the same reason I'm playing as survival, to be honest. It's because I leveled as survival and was like, man, that's some sexy shit. Put down a bind shot that didn't activate, even though it was a fucking panda that just jumped over it. Or a polar bear, I should say. That guy jumped over my bind shot. It did nothing. That's just Aussie lag for you, because even if you're on an Aussie server, once you go on a BG, you're going to get about 200 ping lag in the BG. Which kind of makes it pointless to honestly jump to a horde, like a server, unless you're in a PvE, or you do World PvP. Like, for World PvP, it definitely makes a difference. Got a disc priest up here, going to blast him down the stairs, let my team deal with him as soon as they possibly can, and I cannot put down a bomb just yet. You have to deterrence off of the stun, because I don't have a trinket just yet. Stun City, and we're trinketing. So basically, I'm thinking MM definitely has the most damage, but you lose utility for playing MM, and you have to play MM with or without you. You have to play it with or without you. It's hard to say. So basically, that just leads to shitty situations where you don't have Master's Call and shit like that, and I really don't like not have Master's Call is like my favorite ability in the entire game. It legitimately is my favorite ability in the entire game, because you just get out of stun, you get out of slows, you get out of stuns. I love playing with the red paladin for the same reason. Hand of Freedom's on a hunter? Yes, fucking please. I want to continue to kite. And that's also another problem with MM, is the standing still aspect of it. Like, MM definitely, as of right now, has the best burst. as far as hunters are concerned. Like if you can stand still and land like a combo on someone, like you're gonna do an aim shot, chim shot on a motherfucker, they're gonna go down a lot. Like that's a lot of damage you're putting in on a person like immediately. It's very quick and very instant damage. But on top of that, and saying that, that's hard burst to land during a fight. Like that's hard to land in the middle of a battle. Like maybe at the start you can get it if you're in a stealth or something. Yeah, you're gonna get it done, and that's fucking awesome. But at the same time, it's not something you really want to be having to do. Is stand still, aim, shoot, and then like it's really rough. I just don't like that playstyle, to be honest. And hopefully, I accidentally trinket. I keep every time I move my hand up on my keyboard, well, off Suki's keyboard, as I said, I'm playing at Suki's place. I immediately accidentally hit the F key like every fucking time. I'm such a goofball when it comes to like hand placement on my keyboard for some reason. And of course, Liam, my pet, is just stuck on top of the fucking boxes over there. Tip of the day for hunters: don't stand on shit because your pet will just goof out. I always forget because I'm just like, man, I want to stand up here. It looks cool, and then yeah, I get goof city. I absolutely goof city. Another tip of the day: look out for red paladins. Their damage is through the fucking roof, and it honestly sucks nuts how much damage red paladins have. Man, that's the only issue. Like, I wouldn't think hunters are like in a deficit in any way if I could possibly like not see red paladins wrecking house. Like, I've seen red paladins do so much damage that that's what I compare myself to. You know what I mean? And because I'm comparing myself to a red paladin that does a shitload of damage, I'm like, man, I'm lacking. I'm severely lacking on the damage front. And it might be I'm just playing the wrong spec. Haven't tried BM at all. So that could also be another thing where like BM's the way to go. These fucking sieges are not getting taken down, and my team is just not. Like, I thought my team did good. We might lose this immediately just because their sieges are not going down. I'm attacking them fucking for ages here and just doing no damage. Like, again, this is what I'm talking about doing no damage. Like, look at this. I've been shooting it for so fucking long. It's got dots on it. It's got fucking 2 of my dots, but I have 3. There's the 3rd. It's got a fucking explosive shot. Arcane shotting it. It's like, this is the kind of damage like a hunter has now. And it might be different against like siege vehicles, but actually you should be doing more against siege vehicles because it's PvE and you hit harder in PvE. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. That's got a tick for 600. Like, it's so worthless. Like, a 600 tick is so worthless. It's ridiculous. Like, that's just, I got 11k crit there. That's like, I should be critting for 20k. Come on now. Blaze storms. That guy's got like 2 one-handers, or has he got a really small 2-hander? I don't know what that is. He looks fucking weird. It looks weird when a warrior blade storm is like a tiny weapon. That's not normal. Or like a fury warrior blade storm with 2 one-handers. Doesn't look normal. I like the visuals of a giant 2-handed like axe or something then spinning around. That makes more sense because that's a blade storm if I've ever seen one. But then again, you know, I can't complain about a fucking blade storm ever, like having mini weapons or whatever. It still looks badass. Still makes me want to play a warrior that I'm never gonna do. But yeah, I'm still working on leveling a rogue, guys. He's still he's still 90. I'm waiting for Suki-chan to get up to level 90 to level with me. This guy's standing at the back here. Once she's 90, we're gonna blast through to 100, and we'll see what rogues are like at 100 as well. But I expect my guide pretty soon here. Once I finish this BG, I'm gonna start testing out the other specs and stuff like that, and looking up basically what everyone else wants, what everyone else plays, and hopefully I get a good grip on it. And that's the only thing with Hunter is like it's easy to make guides for a class where you're making it for one singular spec. You know what I mean? Like if for instance like a druid. If you're a balance druid, then you can only make a guide for balance. You know what I mean? Like it's completely different for each spec. So when it comes to a hunter, I have to test every single spec instead of just doing like a survival. Like I guess I could do like a survival guide, an MM guide, and a BM guide. But it would just become repetitive because a lot of times you're using the same things, you're stacking the same stats, you're doing the exact same stuff, it's just you're changing the spec. Like, that's legitimately the difference. It's shitty that it's like that. Like, they actually said, Blizzard said at BlizzCon last year, they're going to try and make Hunter specs feel different because it seems unfair that other people get to have, like, such a variety on one class, whereas, like, you play something like a Hunter, and it's like you're playing the same thing no matter what spec you go. They said they're going to do that. They didn't do it at all. Like, all they did was fuck up MM and make it have a cast instead of, like, an insta-shot. 7-0, top in damage, and a win. That's a good BG. That might be the first really good BG of WoD right there. Thanks for going, guys. Have a good day with the video. I will see you in the next one. See you later.